Hello, welcome to Inner Growth. This is Wendy Rodriguez, and welcome to my healing journey. I am super excited to get started and to speak on a numerous amount of hard topics and share my self-reflection throughout all the adversity I've faced. My intention is to create a community of like-minded people that empower one another to know their greatness and to discover their true strength and identity in this world. I am so grateful to have all of you watching and hungry for change. Thank you for your time. And remember, being free is exactly who you are meant to be. Many blessings. Hi everyone, welcome to Inner Growth. Healing is a journey. I'm Wendy Rodriguez, and today I want to talk about self-respect. I know that the videos that I've done in the past, or just all the videos up until now, maybe haven't all intertwined, made sense together, but it's because I do videos as experiences come to me, as thoughts come to me, as ideas come to me. And so maybe one video I will be open to speaking about, like the last video, speaking about maybe talking to your ex and seeing what goes on there. And there will be some videos, like the next video would be like, is it a good idea to talk to your ex? Is it not a good idea to talk to your ex? And so it's just more of the process that I'm going through. It's a lot of up and down, but at the end of the day, it's just more of a full long process of just conversation and different perspective of different scenarios. And so I want you to be aware of that so that you know that I am not just rambling. It honestly just comes from my heart, and I feel like this is the time to talk about certain topics. Thank you so much for watching, all of you. Please remember to subscribe or send likes out there for me and share them with your friends and families if they ever need it. One thing that I've been noticing within myself lately is that when I want to ignore my emotions, when I want to just be away from life and away from anything that I don't really want to deal with, I will start watching funny videos, which is so great. It is honestly an instant gratification, makes me happy, just makes me so like lighthearted and fun. Makes me laugh all day, every day. So I was asking myself, why do I continue to watch videos that are super funny and like instant gratification rather than watching motivational videos, people talking about spirituality, people talking about inner growth? Why is that? Why do I want that, more than other things? And what I realized is that obviously instant gratification has a lot to do with it. When you're not feeling good right that second, maybe a motivational speech will help you, but you have to listen to the full length of 1 hour when you can watch a 3-minute or maybe even 3-second like little gif or video of something super funny and it like lightens you up real quick. But don't you realize that when you watch those videos, you continue to scroll for more and more and more and more, like funnier videos, as opposed to watching a motivational speech for maybe 20 to 30 or even an hour video. You will sit with that information, process it, and really think deep about it. And so with that has to tie in with self-respect in my perspective. Remember, these are all my experiences, all of my ideas, thoughts, and opinions, because these are all opinions. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. One of the things that I've thought about, I went to my EMDR therapist and we really spoke about self-respect. And I thought I was honestly doing such a great job at that. And it's always great to have a reminder or a freshly little review of, where is your life now and what are some of the steps that took you there and how do people treat you and why do you allow people to treat you that way? And so what she was talking to me about, we spoke a little bit on the topic of speaking to your ex, right? And seeing how beneficial that is or how non-beneficial that is. And so the last video, I feel like I spoke about the benefits of looking in your past and having that challenging face-to-face interaction with things that you do not want to deal with. And so that was a really great perspective. Now this perspective is not speaking to your ex give you more self-respect and actually respect them? And that's the question where I think You know, if you've been in a relationship where both of you have cheated, one of you has cheated, one of you has, or either one or both, have been manipulative, really abusive, mentally, physically, all of those things, I really, really am torn with like forgiving, because forgiving is always known as like a higher vibration. It's honestly something that all of us to the core should do, is forgive ourselves and others in order to like really move on and have a good base of joy in our lives. But then I wonder, what is forgiveness that you have to continue to talk to that person? Probably not. Do we associate like, oh, we already forgave them, so now we can talk to them type of thing as doing so? Yes. And so I almost think, okay, if someone were to cheat on you, if someone were to betray you, manipulate you, name call you, and you forgive that person and you continue to talk to them, are you allowing them to know that that's okay to do that because you will forever forgive them? And does it make you a bad person if you don't continue to talk to them? Or does it give you self-respect because you know that you are worth a lot more than those words? Like maybe they didn't mean it at the time, but just know that you, like, your worth is a lot more than to continue to talk to a person that may or may not have grown, you know? And there are situations where people have grown and like completely feel so sorry about what they did to you and all this different things. But even then, is it healthy to keep them in your life when they are the past? It's just a good question to ponder. What is self-respect? And there's, I feel like, so many different layers of self-respect. And just as much as women need self-respect, men need self-respect. And so, you know, there's girls out there that will manipulate situations and will tear men down and all of these things. And the men will continue to, you know, really stay with the women out of love. And I'm really torn about the whole love situation, because I've been told by a specific person, love is not enough. And I don't like that saying, because I feel like love should be enough. Love is amazing. Love is everything. But it's not the big picture of just like your mind, body, and soul. Like you can't have one without the other. You can't pay attention to one without the other. Love is just one of those things that will tie in the whole big picture. You can love that person dearly, but loving yourself first and foremost will give you more clarity of if that love is truly for you, or if it's causing the joy and amazing, blissful life that you want. You know, and speaking to your ex, a toxic ex-boyfriend, a toxic ex-girlfriend, the instant gratification there would be maybe having that intimacy that you want or yearn, or having that superficial friendship with them that you really can't go deeper than this, you know? That would be instant gratification, because they will constantly still be in your life, but then it won't necessarily be like, you won't necessarily be progressing in a different way. So I would think now, just thinking back, like if I would have, I mean, I love my life. I love that I had to go through the things I went through. I wouldn't have changed anything. I just wonder if I would have had self-respect for myself and had let go of the toxic people I should have let go of a long time ago, whether I hurt them or they hurt me. If I would have had my own self-respect to say, I love you enough to not talk to you anymore, because I know that in doing so I hurt you and I hurt myself. I can almost think that I would be a little bit farther along with my inner growth journey. I do think that continually to remind myself that I am empowered, and I do feel like I do deserve the most amazing thing. And so to have respect for myself, I have to know that I am only going to give myself the very, very best and nothing less. People could have been the very best at a time, but once they're not, you have to really reevaluate your self-respect. Working at something that it's a little bit difficult for me to understand and really process. So I love to go dancing. Dancing is one of my jams. I love it so much. I when I was younger, I'd go to clubs and just grind, right? Bump and grind. Super fun, super awesome. I didn't realize that that wasn't really dancing. Like anybody could have said that, right? But I'd just be like, oh, I'm like way good at bumping and grinding, you know? And now that I know how to like salsa and bachata and cumbia and merengue, all these different types of dances, I saw the different type of respect that you get as a woman from men, that you know, they hold your back instead of your lower back or your butt, you know, and so you have a form, you do a turn, there's really structured dances and steps to this. And I feel like I still have my ratchet side where sometimes I will, you know, do bump and grind, and it's super fun and it's so good. I'd rather do the other movement than just having a male stand there and having you grind on that person, right? And the reason I bring this up is because before I started learning all of these, before I started learning to love myself, before I started learning to dance in different ways, or that you can still express yourself in different ways, I would revert to the bumping and grinding, you know? And so now when I go to certain dances, or certain socials, I know that certain men are gravitated towards me because they know or they've seen that I would be down to just grind on their body. And to me, I feel singled out. I feel like, wow, like I did it one time, so now the rest of the time people are going to think like, oh yeah, because she has tattoos or because she dresses more certain way, she's going to be down. She'll be down to like let her touch her, you know, like let us touch her the way we want to. And you know, before I felt like maybe I knew it wasn't acceptable, but I thought that that was okay. That I felt happy because people perceived me in a certain way and they're like, oh yeah, like she knows how to dance, she knows how to bump and grind, you know? And now I've been on 3 or 4 different type of occasions, men have messaged me and said, hey girl, like when are we gonna bump and grind on the dance floor, you know? And I just sit and think with that, and I'm just like, shit, like I've put an image out there to think that I am a different way than I actually am. And it hurts my feelings because ever since high school, ever since middle school, I look a certain way, but I'm completely something different. You know, out of all my friends, maybe I looked more of like the person that like would have had sex faster or would be down to like make out with anybody and everybody, who would be drinking and partying. And I didn't have my first drink till I was 21. I have never done drugs, you know, and so like I have that, I perceive my, or I guess I show my image to those people, and it seems as though I'm a party girl when literally my pastime is either playing soccer, reading inner growth books, and truly doing my channel. Like super chill, relaxed, like yeah, I have a good time. But the point of this is just like, it's made me reflect on myself to think I have not given myself self-respect to truly, like I did not, like to a point I'm taking responsibility of the way that these men are reaching out to me, because I look at my best friend, and we talk about it all the time. We're like, why is it that men talk to you that way, but they will never talk to me that way? And for her, it's like she has always set a boundary, or maybe she dresses a certain way, or maybe she has, you know, her boundaries where they know 100% she will not allow them to put their hand a little bit lower. They will not allow her to like bump and grind. Like she refuses. She will not do the reggaeton type of thing. That's not her thing, you know? And I'm a little bit more free spirited in that sense, but I think those are the reasons why it's not okay for those men to pick me out and be like, you know, but what self-respect have I given them? Like what image have I given the world of myself to think it's okay to do that, you know? And so I realized my responsibility in that, but it helped me realize that the self-respect that I didn't have, I am now working on having. But the consequences of me being ignorant to that or just not loving myself are now coming up. And these men aren't being super kind in that sense. And before, when I was younger and really truly didn't love myself or didn't know what that was, I would feed off attention and just having those cat calls, and I'm like, oh, that feels good, that feels, I am attractive and all this stuff. And I went to the bar the other day and this guy was drunk, and saying something, and it really, really made me feel uncomfortable. And I've never felt uncomfortable because I've always felt like that is a norm, that is okay. Like, and now to have self-respect, to feel like I don't need all that, to love myself or to have respect, to know I'm beautiful, like, it is very empowering. But there are so many women and men and young teens that don't even know where to start with self-respect. We were always taught, like, guys and girls are mean to you if they like you. Like, how is that mind fucking? Like, it totally is, or how society is just like, oh, if you dress a certain way, or if you dress this way, like, this is the type of person you are. And most of the time it's not even like that. The people that I went to school with that were the most, their image was more innocent and pure, were the most drugged up, messed up, rude ass people in the entire world. And you would never even think, but you would sit there and judge other people, and so it just goes with, like, obviously what you portray to the world is what they're, is going to reflect back to you. So now I'm 100% aware of that, and it's helped me so much to think, like, Wendy, I love myself. Don't tear yourself down to have that instant gratification of attention, especially for something that's not going to make you feel good. And that's where my therapist comes in, and she helped me realize that if it makes you feel good for an instant, it's not long lasting. It truly never is long lasting. And for that, like, you're gonna cut yourself short to have that temporary fix instead of having a fuller, better life. And this, honestly, you can play it into any position of life that you want. And I've seen it also in, like, the food industry or the food world, where fads and diets, why aren't they ever lasting changes, right? And it's like, you can lose 200 pounds in 3 months, let's say, like something extreme, and it happens, it works, it's awesome, and then the weight comes back, and it's that instant gratification. And instead of having a lifestyle change where you will now forever eat a cleaner way, maybe have your cheat meals here and there, but for the most part, have a consistent lifestyle, instead of just like, okay, I'm gonna do this and then get heavier, and then do this and then get heavier. Like, that's not healthy for your body. That's not respecting your body, because you're saying, only for 3 months I will respect you, and then the rest I don't give a shit, And so it's just so much better to have that type of confidence in yourself and empowerment to know that I have self-respect and I will not destroy my body, my mind, and my soul for any instant gratification. We are all human, though. That being said, we are all human. And at some point or another, indifference comes into play. And literally it would just be like, fuck it. Let's just do it. Who cares? Like, who cares? That's totally human. Repressing your emotions, just trying to, like, deal with life as it comes. And it's very, very understandable. I'm not saying that you're an awful person for doing what you have to do to survive. But after you are done surviving, how about thriving and not having to just constantly go based off any little thing to keep you going? I'm reading a book called Force versus Power. And what it talks about is, when you force something, you constantly have to fuel it in order for that energy to keep building, keep going against. And power just is. When you know you have the power to do anything, you honestly don't have to force things to happen for you. They literally will just allow themselves to, like, present themselves. And force just seems exhausting. And in relationships, when you know that person's not good for you, but you're forcing it, instead of power, where you both are an empowered couple, both are working for a better purpose, a higher purpose. Like, it just seems more like, damn, we are fucking powerful, our presence is powerful, and you don't have to say anything. You know, the two different people that like force money and all of this force, honestly, just continues to have more negative feelings towards it than power does. They're two different things, and this book is truly, truly showing me this. But all in all, self-respect, I'm working on that this month, actually. I am becoming a lot more aware of everything that I've done in the past to not give myself self-respect, and also to respect other people. Like, once you have self-respect, you will respect other people. It just comes with the territory. And as much as I say I love people, like, how about love myself, have self-respect for myself, and then that will carry on towards really setting healthy boundaries with certain people that maybe will be hard. But at the end of the day, it honestly is the best for both of you. For anybody involved, respect, honesty to yourself, and love towards yourself will conquer it all, honestly. I'm being super, super transparent with my life right now, and it's a little bit embarrassing, but I know that I'm not the only one. There's plenty of other people that have felt the way that I have felt. Different people in the last 2 days just tell me how my voice, my speeches, my whatevers have influenced them, and honestly, that's all it takes. Like, every single week I struggle and I say, what am I going to talk about today? Am I going to matter? Is what I'm going to say going to matter? Like, there's only been a couple views, and it's a constant thing for me. But it just takes those people, or reminding myself, no, this is for a higher purpose. This is for a higher purpose. Whether this helps you right now, I know doing these videos, I could see myself in 5-10 years and just watching these videos later and just being like, wow, I have grown so much, which I would hope that the supporters and it has helped them too, and that they're at a higher level of their growth as well. So that is what I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment if you love these videos, or if you want to know more, or if you have any suggestions on what you want a different perspective on. I am super, super open. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching. Remember that you are unconditionally loved, unconditionally valued, and unconditionally enough by just being you. And so it is. Thanks, guys.